Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever or whenever you may be listening to us from across the globe. Welcome to another episode of The Doctors Are In. Here on the Psychic Talk Radio Network, this is Dax Carlisle. I'm a tarot advisor, numerologist, and life coach coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. And joining me as always is my fabulous co-host. She's certified life coach and spiritual teacher, Dr. Rose Wilkerson. And she's coming to us live from Berkeley, California. Good morning, Rose. Happy
Good
Friday.
morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing, Jack? I should ask.
Oh, really good. Really good. Busy, 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 busy. We got so many specials and things going on with the Tarot Guild. I guess I should mention today's show is sponsored by the Tarot Guild, the international organization for tarot lovers, students, professional readers, since 2004, and our website is thetarotguild.com. And we just had Star Wars Day, you know, May the 4th be with you. And we had a fabulous sale, which just ended at midnight last night, but we have another set of specials and gifts and all kinds of things today for this weekend for Mother's Day, because it's Mother's Day on Sunday. What are you and your mother doing?
I think we're just chilling out here at home. We might have a couple. I think my brother and sister-in-law are going to come and visit for a little bit, which is great. As far as the whole pandemic in California is going, it's actually gotten a lot better here, and so we're going to be able to meet with them and, you know, share good tidings and whatever. I don't know, with motherly love and appreciation.
Yeah, we're basically doing the same thing and having a dinner and everything. Oh, wow. Gorgeous weather today out on the patio. I mean, we reached 101 yesterday. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
it's not even summer yet.
Back to the hot weather, huh?
Back to the hot weather. Yeah, I'm sitting out here in my shorts and everything. Soon I'm going to have to start doing the radio shows inside because it's going to be too hot. Got to be in there with the air conditioning. Oh, wow. We are a live call-in show. We've got a fabulous topic for you today, but we will be taking phone calls later on in the show. So this is the time to call in and secure your spot, because we take the calls in the order that they come in. We already have a bunch of callers calling in here. It's 714-816-4628. And as soon as you get through, remember to press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air. Otherwise, we assume you're just listening to the show, and that's perfectly fine, too. Don't press 1. But if you want to chat with Dr. Rose and I, press 1 on your dial pad. Call in at 714-816-4628 and secure your spot right now if you're listening to us live. You can also pop in the chat post with us at psychictalk.net/chat. We have a post on our Facebook group, Psychic Talk Radio, for every show. And you can chat with us live during the show. I know Sharon is in there and Rose is in there. I'm in there. And you can even ask questions for us to answer on air. You can ask for a mini reading or life coaching right there in the chat room. Maybe you can't call in. Maybe you're at work. Maybe you're listening out and about or something, and for some reason you can't call in. That's okay. Jump into the chat with us, and you can ask right there. psychictalk.net/chat. Otherwise, call the phone number and get into the queue. We'd love to chat with you there. Boy, so today, oh my gosh, we have such a great topic. Transform your life with magical sigils, and it's part 1. Yeah, there's going to be a part 2.
That's right.
Oh my. So before we get to that, though, Rose, I want to mention the numerology and tarot for the day. And I'm actually trying to get over to my own article right now. You'll always find my daily posts under articles on the Tarot Guild website. So you just go to thetarotguild.com, and in the navigation bar, click on articles. If you're on a phone, you have to push, the 3 parallel lines and click articles. You can also type in thetarotguild.com/articles. That'll take you right there as well. And today it's about creating balance and value, the tarot and numerology for Friday, May 7th, 2021. It's the Justice card. That's right. So the Justice card is card 11. It brings in that 11/2 vibration. The master number 11 is the master illuminator number, and the 2 energy is relationships and cooperation. So today's day vibration is 7. We had yesterday, actually. It was our date energy. And we're continuing that energy, the energy of the seeker today, and the whole date adds up and reduces to 8. That's that vibration of abundance and prosperity. So today in the article I mostly talked about, taking some time out for yourself. Maybe you're working on projects or plans leading to abundance and prosperity. And I mentioned how to attain abundance in any area of your life, really, but especially in career, business, the financial area. It requires creating value. And so, as I often say on the radio show, how can you solve a big problem for others? Or with that 11 vibration, that master illuminator energy, the master illuminator is about teaching the higher concepts, metaphysics, law of attraction, divination, power of the mind, the subconscious, just to name a few. And so what can you be teaching as well? But you also want to make sure that you're in alignment with your own values and what you're passionate about, because you want it to be fulfilling. It's not just about the energy exchange, the value, the money coming in, the income, so to speak, But if you can get in alignment with where your values and passions intersect with you're solving a big problem for somebody, that's how you create value. And lastly, with the Justice card coming in, reminds us to be balanced, though. So, after you're done playing the hermit for a while, then get back out there. Don't neglect the other areas of your life, especially relationships, with that 2 vibration that we have going on from the Justice card as well. So there you go. There's the tarot and numerology for today, and you can head over to thetarotguild.com/images of the Justice card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, as well as the Llewellyn deck, which is like my favorite, or one of my top 2 or 3 decks, we'll just say. So you can go check that out over there on the Tarot Guild website. And, I'm really excited about today's topic, Rose, because I know virtually nothing about sigils. Mm-hmm. But I've seen them a lot. There's been, some movies and some TV shows. Actually, one of the TV shows I used to watch was based on a movie, and they were always doing angel sigils in that show. And it always, really, really fascinated me, but I've never studied it. Looking forward to this. Go ahead, I guess. What are you going to teach us today? Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about, there's a lot to angel sigils, but I really going to talk about this in more of a practical way of how you can transform your life with magical angel sigils. That's the topic of our show. And the source that I'm using, so I always love to give sources for people so they can go out and find it, is the 72 Angels of Power book. It's called 72 Angels of Power, Amazingly Simple Magic to Fix Your Life Fast and Break Through to Freedom by Tristan Whitespire. This is a wonderful book. Like I've been on this magic journey. Like I'm a person who really believes in magic that can create or improve your life or transform your life. I know in the past I've talked about chanting Sanskrit mantras and working with archetypes, and this is another way or another different system, but another way of working with archetypes. And these archetypes are angels. You know, most people know what angels are. They're these like celestial beings, you know, created by God to help humanity. And so a lot of them I'm going to pull from this text because it's really good. Tristan Whitespire, I've had the pleasure of being in contact with, which is fantastic. And I'll let you know how you can, you know, get in contact with him and people who are doing this kind of magic. But in his book, what is it? You know, I read a lot of Amazon Kindle books, right? So a lot of times when I go into my Kindle app, I'll get all these suggestions. And his book popped up, and I thought, let me take a look at this. You know, this is a beautiful cover. For those of you who are on Facebook, if you go to our Psychic Talk Radio Facebook group, or what you could do is type in psychictalk.net/chat, C-H-A-T, and you'll come to the post where I have some pictures and some links there for you. I have an image of a sigil, an angel sigil there, a very helpful group on Facebook that's very supportive. They're well-balanced people and things of that nature. There are a lot of success stories. You can get questions answered. And also the picture of the 72 Angels of Power text by Tristan Whitespire. And the author is in that Facebook group, the Gallery of Magic, that's in there, but I'll talk a little bit more about that. Let's get into what these angels are about. So what are these 72 angels? I know a lot of times when you read about perhaps angels or angel magic, sometimes there's 72 angels, maybe there are more, maybe there are less. What is this all about? So this particular group of 72 angels originates from scriptures that are taken from the Bible in the book of Exodus. And when the letters in the scripture are arranged in a particular procedure, it produces what is known as the 72 names of God. And I think for those of you who are familiar with working with sigils or ceremonial magic, that kind of thing, these angels are called the Shemhaphorish, I think. I'm not really good at pronouncing some of those words, but I think it's something like Shemhaphorish or something like that. But this is where it comes from. Some of you are familiar with the 72 names of God. If you don't know about it, you can Google it and find out some information. But these 72 names of God are looked at as angels as well in some systems and belief systems. It's not well known exactly, you know, who discovered this, how, and what have you, but these 72 names of God or 72 angels of God have been in existence since pretty much ancient times. So the origins may be a little mysterious, and I'm not going to go into all of that because, you know, most people just want to have their problems resolved. They don't care about all the history. If you want to learn about the history, you know, feel free to do some research, some Google research on angel sigils and things of that nature. But the good thing to know is that this magic has existed for a very long time, or these angel sigils. It's been tested, and it's also safe and reliable, so you don't have to worry about anything bad happening. So I'm going to give you some quotes from Tristan Whitespire's book. He says, just like radio waves, these angels are always with us and around us, whether we are aware of them or not. The sigils in this book allow you to tune into the angel that you desire to contact, just like turning the dials on a radio. Just like turning the dials on a radio allows you to tune into the radio station playing your favorite music. Now, there are psalms that are associated with these angels, right? And then when you read the psalm, it's really a call to that particular angel, and you're tuning in to that angel. Now, Dax, doesn't this sound familiar? Like, I've been talking about this, like with Sanskrit mantras. Sanskrit mantras are
Right.
really frequencies. Yeah, yeah. They're not, sometimes people say, well, what is the meaning of the mantra? Now, sometimes the mantra has a specific meaning, and sometimes it doesn't. But what the commonality is that it is a frequency. It is a sound that creates a frequency. And here we're having the same thing in terms of angel magic. Angels are like radio waves, right? Something that you tune into. And as Tristan goes on here, he talks about, every dysfunction or problem in our life. This is, his I would say, I guess, philosophy on this. Every dysfunction or problem in our life, whether it is our job, our relationships, health, finances, or any area, these are merely symptoms of a greater imbalance on a deeper and more spiritual level. And as we work with angels to heal and rebalance all areas of our life, we are also healing and rebalancing ourselves on a spiritual level. And this is one of the hidden beauties of this system of magic that's done. Of course, people will say, well, nothing is free, right? You can't get something from nothing. And that's true. However, when you use angel magic, you can do things more with ease. Like, there are a lot of people who say, well, I want to be a millionaire. That's my goal. I want to be a millionaire. I want to generate $1 million income every year, at least that. And that's great. It's achievable, of course. But some people have this expression that's like, oh, you have to work really hard, long hours, be up all night, and it sounds so heavy, right? But when you use angel magic or use the sigils of these angels, you can really make it more with ease, so that when you go to the computer to say, let's say you're creating a digital product, an online course or something like that, or maybe you're making meditation audios or, whatever it is that you're trying to do, it's not so much of a chore, that it just happens with ease. Like, you feel like inspired. You feel like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. Not, oh, let me pick up this heavy hammer and, or this big heavy axe and try to chop down a tree in the middle of a forest during wintertime. A lot of people kind of give that, oh, if you want to make all that money, you have to really work hard. No, you can work with ease. Things can happen. Opportunities can just open up out of nowhere. Okay? And so one of the things about these angels, going back to the angels a little bit, is that these angels in particular, the way that this magic is created, and it's more about the sigil itself, the way that these sigils are created, these angels are ready to help you. You don't have to be like a priest, you don't have to be like a guru, a spiritual guru with all these powers. To be honest with you, I think you could actually attain that level through angel magic if you want to do that. But you don't have to have any kind of, let's say, status in order to work with these angels. And here's what Tristan says about this. He says, you may be asking yourself, what right do I have to call angels and ask them to fulfill my desires? You may be thinking you have to be holy or worthy or be a saint in order to contact angels. And he says this couldn't be farther from the truth. By serving us and fulfilling our desires, the angels are serving God, source, the universe, or whatever you desire to call that wonderful, expansive, loving, universal intelligence. So that's a wonderful thing, is that these angels are really poised to help you and for your divine good. And so let me give an example of this. So Dax, you can let me know if you were to, and this is something that we see in the spiritual communities a lot. Does it make sense to be a spiritual person, a good person, and really help other people while you're struggling financially? That's something that really, it doesn't make any sense, right? Not to say that I'm not, poo-pooing spiritual people, but when you're suffering, if you're suffering in terms of relationships, maybe you've been wanting to find the love of your life and that person hasn't come. Or maybe you have relationship problems, family, friends, spouses, boyfriend, girlfriends, whatever it is. when, but you want to also help people. There's only so far you're going to be able to go. You really need to have more of like a support network in some sort. You need to have more flow, in and out of your life. Even with money. I mean, it makes no sense to be spiritual and to be broke. You can't, it's really difficult to get beyond a certain point, spiritual person. If you're suffering in relationships, in your health, with money and things of that nature. So these angels are poised to help you with that. And it's okay to want to desire material things. There's nothing wrong with that. People have this whole concept about money is evil. Money is not evil. Money is energy. It's simple and plain. It's material. It's energy. What's evil is when you care more about money than human beings. That's the evil part. It's more about greed, right? It's not that's the negative part. It's not that money is somehow inherently bad. All the rich people are bad people. They're not all bad people. There are a lot of wonderful rich people that do a lot of wonderful things in the world. Again, money is not evil. Wanting something material is not evil. Wanting a car. Maybe you want a sports car. You want to drive out there and in your whatever red sports car with the top off and your hair flowing and, meet some of the ladies or the gentlemen out in the street and, hey, how you doing? Or you want more attention, people to see you. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? That's not selfish. It's just that sometimes we need these things, or this is something that it could be a desire that we want to, or a dream that we want to fulfill. There's nothing wrong with that. So I just wanted to add that in there just a little bit, just in case people were thinking, oh, that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with wanting having material desires or dreams. There's nothing wrong with attracting more friends, maybe even seeing being more beautiful. I've had this happen all the time. It's kind of weird, but it was weird to me because I wasn't used to it. But this happens all the time. Thing that you're dealing with is a matter of tuning into that frequency. Any problem you're having, it just means that the frequency is not at the level that you desire. I've seen people who, I would say, according to the general society's aesthetic of beauty, they're not very attractive people, but they will attract whomever they want at any point in time in life. It's the weird thing. I have seen this happen. And I tell people it's like guys would fall out of the air for a particular person. And it's not because she looks like a Hollywood movie star or anything like that. It's her vibration. That's what it is, pure and simple. Okay, so let's get back to the sigils. And so I also want to talk about, I'll get into what the sigils mean and all that in the second part of the show, Dax, in a couple of weeks. But what I wanted to talk about, and Dax, if you have the ability to do this, I wrote this in a chat room. If you can point to one of our shows where we talk about making goals, right, and how that's done, that'll be great, and we can add that as a reference. But these angels, the methods that are used, the method that is used in this text, the 72 Angels of Power by Tristan Whitefire, the method that he uses allows you to invoke or call on an angel for specific tasks, specific goals. You can ask them for guidance. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way that this is done is for specific tasks. So that means accomplishing your goals, right? You have a goal in life that you want to achieve. These angels can help you. But the way to do it is that you're going to do it every step of the way. So so for example, let's give an example. Let's say you want to become an actor. You want to become a famous actor. You want to get the Oscars and the whatever, awards are right there. You really believe that you have at least a heart to become an actor. So one of the things that has to happen, let's say you're starting from scratch. You want to become an actor, but you have no training. You got to be trained, right? So step one is being trained. That means you're going to have to take classes. or maybe enroll into an acting program or an acting school, college or university, let's say. So you can use Angel Magic to help you with writing your college application or your program application if there's an application process. A lot of times they want to do an interview. They want to see you, or they want you to submit a video of a performance or something like that. So you can use, there's an angel sigil for that. It's like there's a mantra for that, right? There's an angel sigil for that. You can call on a particular angel to help you with the application, to write it in such a way that people are like, wow, this looks like this could be a wonderful student. Why don't we bring this person in? Or if you have to do a performance in a video, you can call on an angel for that. Suppose you have to go in for an interview, like in-person type of deal, or on Zoom, right? This where many colleges and universities are doing now. You can use a sigil for that. Have people like you. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, how many times I can't really say that there are a lot of people out there that will hire somebody that they don't like. So, if you want to make sure that they like you, there is an angel sigil or an angel that you can call on, so, before your interview, and have you be well liked by the people who are interviewing you, okay? So let's say you're in the acting training program. Maybe you want to improve your memory because there's going to be a lot of learning, right? Whether it's physical or reading. So there's an angel that can help you with memory so that you can retain more information. And then there's also the performance aspect, right, as an actor. There's an angel for that. That's usually sometimes they'll say there's an angel for acting or for artistry. That's your art, right? There's an angel for helping you to excel as a student, basically. This is what I'm saying. So then after that, or, while you're in your program, maybe you want some opportunities to work in a theater or on a movie studio set or something like that, so you can learn more about your craft. Or maybe you want to do some teaching. Maybe you're just great at teaching and you want to do that. Well, there are angel sigils that can help you with that. And then when you're done with your training or your schooling or your degree or whatnot, it's going to be acting gigs, right? You're going to go and you're going to perform. You're going to take all these opportunities to be able to become an actor. There are angels for, like I said, people liking you, people wanting to work for you becoming famous, for you to get money as an actor. That's another angel that you can call upon. So that's how you would do, if this makes sense, that's how you would use angel magic every step of the way to reach your ultimate goal. You can't go from 0 to 90. You're not a car, right? So you can't go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds. There are steps along the way that you have to accomplish in order to get to where you're going. Now, what I just described as being an actor, it sounds like it's a long process. It doesn't have to be a long process, remember, because angel magic, especially working with the sigils, can ease that process, right? You could learn faster, retain more information, have wonderful performances. You do have to do the work. It's not like, I can sit on my bed and say, hey, I would love to be a Hollywood actor and then never leave my room. It's not going to happen, right? But every step of the way, you can have angels help you to accomplish what you need to accomplish to get to your end goal. Okay? Dax, did you have a show that we've done before about how do you create goals? Some of you might be curious about that. You can pop on in, at whatever time and let us know.
Well, all they have to do is go over to our network, psychictalk.net, to the website, psychictalk.net, and in the search bar, not on the main page, but on any other page, you'll find it in the right-hand column, all the way at the bottom, it'll say search. And you can just type in goals. I'm going to have to do some research, Rose, and find specific shows to link. And so people listening in archive, I'll have them linked on the show page. But it's going to take a little bit of research. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go on there and use the search box. So you guys can do that too.
Great.
Just type in goals, setting goals. I mean, you're going to have things pop up for sure.
Yes. Oh, great, great. So that's good information to for our live listeners to learn, as well as those who are listening to the archive or the recording of this. So if you want to know how to make your goals, you know, how to create goals, we have a show for that. Hey, we have a show for that. So
we have a show for everything.
We have a show for everything, basically. So going back to this, wrapping up the point of, you know, whatever goal that you have, your ultimate goal, the angels can help you every step of the way. And it's better to, when you have a big goal, let's say I want to be a millionaire, but you're not at, you know, you're not making that right now, maybe it's minimum wage or whatnot, then you're going to need some steps to get to being a millionaire, okay? And you can use the angels for every step of the way. If your goal is, I want to be a millionaire, I want to live in this kind of house, then you need to break that big goal down into smaller goals and look at how you're going to achieve them. And so one of the wonderful things is that I was able to contact the author, and unfortunately he wasn't able to be on the show with us, but he is in a Facebook community that's really, for me, it's a fantastic community. These are people who are all working with sigils, angelic sigils and whatnot for all different kinds of problems or issues that they're having in their life. There are a lot of success stories, and I mean like on a daily basis. There's probably about maybe 10 posts a day. There are people there who ask questions, and there are many authors who have written books similar to this, to the 72 Angels of Power, who are in that group. Tristan Whitespire is also in that group, and he makes himself available to, you know, provide any, what do you call it, guidance on what you're doing. So there are plenty of people who ask questions. What do I do for this? And, you know, what do I look for? And they'll tell you, hey, get this book, do this ritual, do et cetera, et cetera. I like Tristan Whitespire's books in particular because they're very easy to do. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of the summary of what you do in terms of invoking the angels. I'm sure you guys want to know a little bit about that. So basically there are 8 simple steps. The first is that, so in the sigil, and I'll talk more about what the sigil means and stuff like that a little bit later, I mean in the second part of the show. But in terms of the method, so there are Hebrew letters that are in this circle. If you go to, again, to our Facebook chat, you'll be able to see a picture. I uploaded a picture there in our chat for the show. And there are Hebrew letters that are in the outer circle of the sigil. And so basically all you do is you scan the Hebrew letters. You don't have to read or take it in, and you don't have to learn Hebrew either. You don't have to be able to read Hebrew to do this. You just scan them. You just look at them, you know, go all around the circle, and that would be, right to left, because, you know, Hebrew is read right to left. And then you visualize yourself as the center of the universe and contemplate your problem and how it makes you feel. This is really key because you want to deal with the emotional side. Like, what are the emotions that you feel around not having what it is that you truly want, you know? And you take your time to really feel those frustrations and emotions. The third step is visualizing yourself as a star, brighter and more powerful than the sun. Knowing that you're one with the universe. The fourth step is that you say a few affirmations about, you know, being a part of that universal consciousness. You scan the psalm, and as I said earlier, with this particular system in this book, there's a psalm that goes with each angel. So you scan the psalm and the sigil, and then you say the psalm. The psalm is actually just a list of sounds, actually. Then you chant the name of the angel while you're gazing at the center of the sigil. While you're looking at the center of the sigil, you chant the angel's name. You can do this 3 minutes. You know, it doesn't take that long at all. And once you chant the name, you tell the angel what it is that you desire. Okay? and you're specific. You don't have to go into a long, drawn-out thing, but just say, I am invoking you, or I'm calling on you to resolve this problem for me. And then there's a closing mantra that they have for each angel. You can chant it for 3 minutes. And then during that time, you feel the joy of this problem being resolved, and it manifested perfectly, and then you also express, overflowing gratitude. And so those are 8 simple steps. You can do that in a matter of, I would say, 10 or 15 minutes. It really doesn't take a long time to do this. You don't have to have special candles and a table, and you don't even have to print out the sigil unless you want to. Now, I have personally an electronic copy and as well as the hard copy of the book. And I use the hard copy of the book to look at the sigils because they're already printed out in the book, obviously. But if you don't have that, you can also use the digital version as well. It's just as powerful. So don't think, it's on my Kindle, my ebook, and it's not powerful. Yes, it is. It's still the same. The power is still the same regardless of whether you have something printed out to look at or whether you just look on your phone, the image that's on your, in your Kindle app or whatever ebook system you're looking at. So very simple steps. I like it. There's no suggestions about what time to do it. You do it whenever you need to do it, right? I think the only thing that he recommends is that you only do one of that 8 simple steps each day. You don't need to do multiple ones. You can just do one. And that's pretty much it. So there you have it in terms of the sigils and what they are and how you can use them in your life to accomplish your goals, to really fix things that are going on. You don't have to suffer. Don't feel that your life is all about suffering and it has to be suffer. That you suffer for the rest of your life. You don't need to suffer. And once again, the source that I'm using is 72 Angels of Power, Amazingly Simple Magic to Fix Your Life Fast and Break Through to Freedom by Tristan Whitespire. Now, he's written 2 other books, and I'll talk about those in part 2 and talk a little bit more about the sigils, give a little bit more information and talk about his 2 other books. His 2 other books have very similar methods, but they're different. The angels that he works with, or the genies. He has a book called The 84 Genies of Power, and it's really great because it connects to the story of Hercules and astrology. So I'll talk about that.
Wow.
So in 2 weeks. So any questions, Dax, or what did you think? Or
No, that was great. I'm looking forward to part 2.
Yeah. I love these kind
great.
of things because, I forgot to share my story. I'm sorry. Let me do one story about one experience that I've had with this. So, I teach a lot at, I've taught for many years, at colleges and universities. And so I teach at the local university here in Berkeley, where I am. And I'm teaching a new class. I was asked to teach a new class in this department. I said, sure. And I had to come up with a course syllabus for this class, but it has to go through a special kind of process because it's a particular class that where we're looking at 3 groups. It's like what they call the American Cultures course, and there are 3 different groups that you have to look at specifically, or that you have to teach about specifically in order to do this class. So so I've taught this kind of course before, but it was in the area of linguistics. Now I'm in African American studies, and this was just different. I was like, oh my God, I got to go through this approval process, and I can't, before I would just write up the course syllabus, and the department would say, fine, this looks great. They move on, like no questions asked after that. This one, I have an extra set of academic eyes looking at it. Professors that are what do you call it, Dax? Looking at things under scrutiny, and I was like, oh my God, I got so nervous and
Right.
had a lot of anxiety before I was meeting with these 2 professors to, talk about the course. And I worked for like 4 days straight, to really figure out how I was going to teach a course and how I was going to do the topics. And I didn't get a chance to finish the rest of the syllabus. I was like, oh, my God, this is so bad. So I cracked open the book, 72 Angels of Power. I think it was that one. And I found an angel that deals with confidence. I was like, I really feel like I don't have confidence. I've taught for years. I've written many course syllabus over my lifetime. But I was so nervous, right? So I did the self-confidence angel. I did the 8 steps and everything. And I did it before I went to sleep, which is it's a real key thing. I love to do things before I go to sleep because things just kind of gel as you're sleeping and on that magical plane. And the next day, I was so full of confidence and energy that it was unreal. Like any problem that came, oh, there's an angel for that. I don't have to worry about that. Oh, I don't have to worry about that. I didn't have any anxiety that whole day. I had lots of energy. I was able to rewrite my descriptive paragraph. I told them, I said, this is just a draft, but I can send it to you. I haven't even done the, what do you call it, not the spell, grammar check or whatnot. They said, oh, no, send us what you got. And I sent it to the professor, and she said, this looks fantastic. And it just, the meeting went well.
See?
It went very well. And they said, we got your back, don't worry about it. I was such an elated state the whole day. Like it lasted till about 2 or 3 o'clock that morning, through the night. I'm a late bird, everybody, so I stay up late sometimes. And so I just had this wonderful energy, and I was in this flow. So, and that was just within 24 hours of doing this angel sigil magic. So for those of you who are out there who are really into this, you're into angels, and you want to find a real simple way that works, that you can fix certain areas of your life, I highly recommend Tristan Whitespire's books. It's very simple. It's to the point. In this particular book, the angels are connected with some astrological aspects. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. But each angel has about 12 different, because in astrology, I guess you have these 12 houses or whatever, right? Or astrology signs. It has like 12 different areas or attributes. And then you just find the one that works for you, and you do the angel magic. And you just do the 8 simple steps, calling that angel and asking for its help. And again, the method is simple and easy, so that you are very, just be clear about what you want, what you're trying to accomplish and what you want to do and what you want them to do, and they'll make it happen. So I highly recommend this book, and I'll talk about his other 2 books in part 2. And that's it.
Awesome. Awesome sauce. Alrighty. That was a lot. Whew. Might have to go back and re-listen to all that. Yeah. I'll do some repeat in part 2. Kind of what did I talk about in part 1 a little bit, and then we'll get into the other stuff. So no worries, everybody. Or just hit that replay button, right? Yeah. And we're going to squeeze in some phone calls here, so if you're waiting in the caller queue, we're going to come to you in just a minute. This is a great time to call in. If you're listening live right now, we're going to go to the phone line, so dial in at 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad to let us know you want to be live on air. We're going to take the calls in the order they came in. Once again, that's 714-816-4628. And let me fill everybody in, Dr. Rose, on the upcoming shows this week. Got a lot of great shows for you, especially here on Mother's Day weekend. That's right. In fact, tomorrow, Saturday, May 8th, it'll be Tarot Today Radio with Mary Brown and myself, and we're doing open lines and free tarot mini readings all show long. So you know what you can do? You can call in with Mom, and you can both get on the air, and we could do a mini reading for you, or for Mom, or just have Mom call in, or you just call in, however you want to do it. But free readings for Mom tomorrow, May 8th, And then on Sunday, May 9th, it's the Magic Universe show with Sharona Rapsik, and she's got a great guest on, Susan Wands, author of Magician and Fool. It's a series of books and based on Pixie Smith and the Waite Smith deck, and oh my God, I can't wait to hear that show. I'm sure that Sharona will also be taking your calls on that show as well on Mother's Day, if you want to call in with Mom on Mother's Day as well. Then on Monday, May 10th, it's the Wisdom of the Soul show with Janice Fuchs. And our Wednesday show, the Compassionate Light Healing and Guidance Hour with Catherine Hahn, is on break for May. So Catherine will be back with brand new shows in June, starting the first Wednesday in June. And then Rose and I will be back next week, Friday, May 14th, and we're doing open lines, life coaching, and tarot mini readings all show long next Friday. So that's the show to definitely call in if you have questions. And I do want to mention the following Saturday, May 15th, because we've got a great guest, Guild Certified Tarot Master Corby Medlead is Metlide. I always say her name wrong. Anyway, Corby's coming back on the show, and she's going to be talking about psychic fairs and expos and how to be successful when you're doing psychic fairs and expos as a tarot reader. So that's going to be a fascinating show. You're definitely going to want to tune in for that. So that's what's coming up over the next week, and you can go over to our upcoming show page at psychictalk.net/upcoming. And I have all the shows listed out all the way to the end of June. So you can see everything that's coming up, mark your calendar and so forth. That's psychictalk.net/upcoming. There you go. And as I mentioned earlier, be on the lookout on social media and the Tarot Guild website, thetarotguild.com, for our Mother's Day gifts and specials that we're going to launch this afternoon, and it's going to run all the way through the weekend. A lot of great ideas. I'm going to mention, of course, the free mini readings on our Saturday and Sunday show. I'm going to have a discount on private tarot sessions for your mom or you. That's right. Custom numerology charts. I'm going to have those on sale, so you could get a chart for mom. You can get a chart for you and mom, and you can see the dynamic between the two of you. That would be fun, huh? So you learn all about your 9 numbers in the chart, and you get a full report, and I'm going to have those on sale, as well as my Tarot and Numerology course is normally $99.97. I'm going to have that on sale for $78, the number of cards in the tarot deck. And you're going to get free membership, the professional membership at the Tarot Guild, as well as your certification application fee for the CTR, the Certified Tarot Reader certification. Everything's going to be included for just $78. That's going to be a really great special. Even with the pro member discounts, I added it up, Rose. It all comes up to $136.97. You're going to get it for $78. So be on the lookout for that.
Nice.
And one last thing I wanted to mention, you could become a live radio host, pre-recorded podcaster, videocaster, or a network sponsor right here on Psychic Talk Radio. That's right. Go over to psychictalk.net/join us. Or if you're on the website, psychictalk.net, at the top of any page, just click on where it says become a host or sponsor. And there's a lot of different ways you can join us. There's not just one way. There's like all of these different opportunities, and you can decide what, fits for you, which is really cool. Also, when you join us as a host or even as a sponsor, you get your professional membership in the Guild and your certification free. That's included. That's right. So go over to psychictalk.net, click on Become a Host or Sponsor at the top page, and check that out. Let's see here. You ready to go to phone lines, Dr. Rose? Let's see who's been waiting the longest, right? Let's see here. We'll squeeze a couple in. Okay, so the caller that's been waiting the longest is area code 917. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Uh-oh. Oh, dear. We lost them. Ah, that was weird. I hope they call back in. Call back in. I brought their mic live, and then it said caller 917 dropped. I'm like, what? Anyway, that opens another line at 714-816-4628. If you're listening live right now, you want to jump in. You're going to be the next caller at 714-816-4628. Let's see who else has been waiting the longest. Looks like area code 520.
Oh, wow.
Hello, who's there?
For me. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Lisa from Arizona. Thank you.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey,
How you doing?
Oh, wow. I'm happy to talk with you all. Thank you.
Yeah, talk about great luck. You know, the first caller dropped off, and so, you know, it's you.
Oh, I lucky. Oh, man. Well, I do have a question. Aaron, I wanted to have a conversation with him just to kind of, how do you say it, like tie up loose ends and move forward. Do you see that happening? Do you see him? I'm waiting for him to call me. I could call him, but I'm not going to.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. It's almost like two different questions in there because the thing that popped in my mind, Lisa, is like, A, if he calls you, are you going to be able to resolve it? And B, is he actually going to call you? You know, so, okay, let's look at the first set of cards I drew because this is about will things work out? And yes, if he calls you, I'm going to put that caveat in there. Things are looking really, really good, okay, because the central focus card is the Six of Wands, the success card, and you've got the World card and the Lover's card, which is often about choices and cooperation, reconciliation between two individuals and things like that. And that coupled with the World card and the Six of Wands, yeah. It's looking really, 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 really good. Now, this is the funny thing. I have to do this. I'm going to reshuffle the deck here.
Thank you.
I'm going to do my yes/no spread. I want to see what the tarot says about him actually calling you, though. That's the funny thing. So let's see.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, I got 5 yeses.
Jack, if you were in the room, I would jump up and hug you.
Yeah. Well, you know, that never happens. That really never happens. I mean, you might get 3 or 4 yeses, but 5 yeses, that's really rare. That's a super yes. In fact, three of the cards are major arcana cards, Rose.
Wow. Yeah, that's like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let me tell you, I can also tell you what's coming up in the cards too, Lisa, is that, okay, Two of Cups, that's very similar to the Lover's card with the two individuals coming together and reconciling, showed up in the first spread. After I shuffled, it showed up again. So that's the universe winking at you. Okay, the central focus card is the Eight of Wands. Remember, 8 is abundance and prosperity in numerology. And one of the typical meanings of the Eight of Wands is things happening quickly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's two more cards that are kind of bookending the reading. One's on the far left and one's on the far right. They're like bookending the reading. And this is really fascinating because you got the Wheel of Fortune. Can't get a better card. That's the fate turning in your favor. Okay. And then on the other side, it's the Justice card. Justice will be served. So there you go.
Thank you.
So,
It is awesome. Thank you.
yeah. So you still have Mom around?
I do. She's on the planet. Yeah.
She's on the planet. Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd
She's
check
like,
in because Mother's Day's coming up on Sunday, So.
she's 87, and she's experiencing, dementia or whatever.
Oh.
But she's, as she sinks into dementia, some of the members of the family are not wanting to recognize it. But she's so happy and cheerful. She was kind of like that before, but now she's just so, you can't talk to her. She's bubbly, and it's so amazing. Isn't that amazing?
It's like it's a blessing in disguise, because some people get into the Alzheimer's or dementia, and it's a very negative experience. They're fearful. They can't remember things like that, and it makes them afraid. She's the opposite, which is, a blessing, really, if you think about it.
Isn't that something? I think we would go to psychic fairs over the years earlier on, together. And as I'm talking to you, I'm clicking into maybe the thought of that she's connecting with those on the other side that are surrounding her in a supportive way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she's with.
I had a grandmother who was like, she actually lived to be 104, mind you, but she went into dementia for a few years as well, and she was in one of the last times I saw her. She was just talking so animatedly and vividly about, oh, look at the pretty colors, and she was just in her own world, not too aware that we were there, here and there, but not a lot. But I really do believe at least that is a blessing, because for a while when she first went into a facility, she would ask a lot about her husband, who had passed already a few years ago. And so, you don't want them to re-experience the death and, what, he's gone? Oh, my God,
Yeah.
So we'd have to say something like, oh, he'll be around, he'll be coming later today or something like that, So,
yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that response, because it's not lying. We're not telling lies.
No.
They are actually there. And so I like that response. Yeah. I'm distant. She's at a distance, so I'm not there around her. But
Right.
when I talk to her on the phone, it's just amazing. And she has, over the years, sometimes suggestions of taking the violet light and transmuting painful memories and that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking of right now, that when she talks to me and we're laughing, we do a lot of laughing when we talk, and she'll say, yeah, we had a great time when you were growing up. No, Mother, we did not, but I don't say that. And she's so...
Well, maybe she had a great time. You don't know.
No, she did not, because she laid a lot of trips on me. But it's okay. So now, I'm thinking of that pink violet, the violet light, and transmuting, and that's what she's. As I'm talking to you, I'm recognizing that's what she's doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we don't always know why people act or behave the way that they do when they come to the earth plane. Different lessons and all of that. And sometimes those lessons and experiences are difficult, and sometimes not. But, I always say the older, as a person ages and they kind of, some go into like a dementia type state. Not everybody does that, but and they're in this own world. Some of the ones that I've known about, they're in a wonderful place.
Yeah, well, I'm glad.
As the people Right, and as the people around them, you know, a lot of it's hard for family members because they want the mom back the way she was, the dad back the way he was, and you have to let that go. You know, it's like they're in their own place now. Just be with them in that moment and move forward. Mom, as you've known her, or dad, as he's known him, they're not the same. You know, they're in a different kind of realm, a different experience, and it's just best to be in that realm. Oh, really? What does the colors look like, Grandma, that you're seeing? Oh, they're yellow. You know, just be with them where they are.
You know, and that's what's going on for my mom. You know, everybody's supportive in that way for her. And so, and some people, like I said, are living in denial. Nah, this isn't happening. I don't want to hear it. And that's fine, you know, whatever. But she's making it easy for everyone by whatever she's experiencing because it's very upbeat, very pleasant.
Yeah, she probably deserves some rest and some upbeat and pleasant experiences. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a cue from her. Yeah.
Hey.
That's
I would love
right.
to be in that place too, that space too, right?
Hey, we're all going to be 87 one day.
That's true.
We'll see how we
That's the hope.
transmute stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jack, I swear to God, if you were in the room, I'd be squishing you. I'd be so happy.
Squishy, squishy, squishy.
Yeah.
Okay, now you got to call back and let us know what happened. Hopefully he calls you.
Absolutely.
I believe. I got my own.
Yeah, set that intention.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend, Lisa.
Yeah, you too, and happy Mother's Day, everyone. We're kind of yin and yang, you know?
Yeah.
Whether we have a house plant or we make that salad, we got that maternal energy somehow, some way.
For all the nurturers out there, that's what I say. All the mothers and nurturers out there.
Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for
All
talking
right.
to me.
Bye, Lisa. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Lisa.
Hey, we go see baby donkeys at night, and we feed them, and one of them's going to get babies soon. That's a motherly thing.
There's a mother right there.
Little baby donkeys. I don't know how many they can birth at one time, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that.
Cool.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Oh, that was a great way to end the show, Rose. Fantastic information on the angel sigils as well.
Ah, thank you. I was even taking notes for what I'm going to do in 2 weeks from now. So I'm excited.
See, you're all set. That's great.
I am.
That's great. Oh, wow. So 2 weeks from today, folks, be sure to tune in. Well, of course, tune in next week, too, because it's open lines all show long. Yes, you can definitely get through if you didn't get through today. Don't forget, we have a show tomorrow. We have a show Sunday, so you can call in with Mom. And happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Happy Mother's Day to your mother, Dr. Rose. And
happy Mother's Day to your mom and all the nurturers you know out there.
all the nurturers. Yeah, I've got that nurturer life path energy myself, that 6 energy. Awesome.
Yeah.
All righty. So I'm going to get to work on the Mother's Day special and get that out for everybody. And I'll be talking to you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, Dr. Rose.
Bye, Dax. Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.